hello.
Hello.
EFT Practitioner and Practitioner Trainer.
I am.
So, going back a bit, I believe you started off in banking.
I did.
How long ago?
A long time ago. So I worked in banking for 15 years.
15 years. In
Yes.
the corporate world.
In the corporate world, latterly for an American bank.
I'm not going to name who it is.
No.
No.
It was stressful.
Corporate environment.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you went from that into homeopathy.
It's not the most obvious move.
Big shift.
Okay. Yeah.
Why the shift? What drove that?
A few things. So late 90s, both my parents died. I got divorced, and early 2001, I got a cancer diagnosis.
Oh wow.
So
A lot going on.
And it was really the cancer diagnosis that made me. I was already thinking of a career change,
Right.
but it was then that I thought I really have got to change my life. Not just my work, everything.
Why homeopathy?
I was already seeing a homeopath.
All the things you could have done.
All the things I could have done. My homeopath was amazing. She really helped me immensely. And I think I thought, oh, I could do this. And it was quite cerebral. It's quite sort of brain work stuff, which I quite liked. So that was that. I signed up for a 4-year course. And when I finished that, I asked my bank to make me redundant, which they kindly did. And that was that. Set up in practice 2006.
Off you went.
Yeah.
And was it through practicing homeopathy that you found out about EFT?
Eventually, in between times, because I'm a bit of a compulsive studier, I love learning. So I studied kinesiology and nutrition and allergy treatment. And actually, I was treating a little boy, and his mum had a lot of anxiety. And she went to see an EFT practitioner, came back with a child, and I said, oh, what have you been doing? Because she was very different. She told me about EFT, which I'd heard of, but never really paid that much attention to. So I just checked out the nearest course that was coming up soon and signed up and went along.
You'd seen it, had first-hand experience of its success.
Yeah, but quite limited really. I was so struck by the change in her.
Right.
It was so significant. And I thought, oh, there's more to this than meets the eye. So I got really sucked in. And I was really lucky because I already had my practice.
Yes.
So 3 days after my training, I had someone come in who was already a patient, and she was going on holiday. She had a fear of flying. I thought, oh good, I can try this new tapping thing. So I worked with her for fear of flying, and I had a guy come in who was getting married, and he was afraid of making his speech at the wedding. So we did some fear of public speaking and had great results. So yeah, I was off.
Kind of seamlessly integrated into what you were already doing.
It married up really well.
Can you see EFT working in a similar fashion with other
Definitely.
complementary therapists?
Yes, definitely. Anyone doing talking therapy, so counsellors, psychotherapists, hypnotherapists and so on, fantastic. But also, probably an area that is a bit undervalued, anyone doing body work.
Right.
So somatic stuff, so osteopaths, physios, chiropractors, massage therapists, shiatsu, because very often when you've got physical pain, there's an underlying emotional component that isn't necessarily covered off in the bodywork treatment. So I think those two together can be amazing.
Because EFT has been shown to be quite effective in areas of pain and dealing with
yes,
depression. It's quite broad ranging in terms of what it can do.
I think that's one thing I love about it, and homeopathy is much the same, but EFT can work for anything from phobias of spiders to fear of flying to physical pain, chronic illness, but even things like improving your golf performance. You know, it's absolutely amazing what it can work with.
Did you find yourself, given the scope of areas that it can be effective in, or has been shown to be effective in, did you find yourself honing in on a particular?
I think because my speciality already was chronic disease and allergy, that's probably where I was most commonly using it, because I was seeing people with that anyway.
Person
yes, definitely.
but obviously you
I
wouldn't
work
stop
with
at that.
I work with mental health issues. And actually what I really love is using it as a sort of performance enhancer. So not necessarily in sports, but in terms of business and career and where people feel stuck and blocked in life.
Okay. So then, getting onto the training side of your career, you obviously practiced for a while and you had a very, very successful practice.
Yeah.
What led you down the path of wanting to train people to do it?
I'm quite passionate about empowering people to help themselves. And that's quite difficult with homeopathy because unless someone understands how the remedies work and what they can be used for, there's limited scope. But with EFT, it's amazing, as you know. You can teach people to tap. That's one of the beauties of it. You know, someone can come to see you and they're suffering from anxiety, and you can send them away with this amazing tool that they can use for themselves. So I wanted to expand that, and I don't think there's any shortage of requirement for EFT practitioners in the world.
True.
There are so many areas where it can be utilised. So I love teaching as well. One of my first jobs was a teacher, teaching English. I did quite a lot of training when I was in the bank, so I do enjoy teaching. So that was a big thing.
You've been training for some time now?
Since 2017.
2017. Nice. What makes you different to other trainers that might be out there?
Well, when I did my training, it was a big group. So there were 38 in the room. There was a lot of us. I think during the weekend training, I think we got to go and have a go with each other a couple of times. And I decided, I'd already been running some retreats, sort of healthy, de-stress lifestyle type retreats. And I was starting to incorporate EFT into that group setting. But I loved that kind of retreat environment, getting people away from life for a few days, allowing them to really learn and absorb and make some shifts. So I wanted to take that kind of culture into my training. So I made a decision early on to keep my groups really small and to train in a nice location, pleasant location, where people wouldn't really be disturbed. And the other thing about my training was we finished our few days and then you were pretty much given a certificate and waved off.
To go into the big one as well.
And that's what I didn't want to do either. So, as you know, I run an online group for people who've trained with me, and they can ask questions, and I always try and respond within 24 hours. You know, it might be a question about something about a particular client, and it's a secret group, so everything's in confidence. Might be a question about their own personal development, it might be a question about their practice or marketing. So I try and support people, and if I don't know the answer, then I can send them off to where they, to where they can get.
Now you're doing the practitioner training and support.
Yes, so not everybody comes to do the training and wants to build a practice. Some people just want to do it for their own self-development, which is fantastic. But a lot of people do, and some of them aren't already practitioners, so they might come into it as something else and think, oh, this is good, I might build a practice in this. So I wanted to put in place a structure to support people doing that, or even existing practitioners who want a bit more work. So I offer one-to-one mentoring with people, and we work through a structure, but it's also clearing the blocks that are stopping people from achieving that. And I've also developed an e-course, which is a 4-week practice building course, which takes people step by step through visualising their ideal life. It's not just about your business, it's about your life in general. And working on the blocks that are stopping you from achieving that. So there's an online option as well, and I'm sure I'll be doing more on that.
Excellent. Where do people go if they want to find out more?
They can look at my website, the best place, which is EFT-practitioner.com. Or contact me on Facebook, Training EFT. It's the Facebook page.
Super.
Thank you very much.